April 12, 1945, Nordhausen, Germany. The stench reaches them first. Corporal Friedrich Müller smells it before he sees anything: death and excrement and something worse, something chemical and burned that coats the throat. He is 19 years old, a Wehrmacht soldier for 3 years, and he has smelled death before, but not like this, never like this. The something worse refused. The American shrugged and lit his own cigarette, the smell of real tobacco, not the oak leaf substitute Germans had been smoking, sharp and strange in the air. They marched him back to a temporary collection point, a clearing where perhaps 50 other German prisoners sat under guard. Müller expected interrogation, beatings, the methodical violence he had been promised. On the 4th day, an American officer appeared with a translator and explained through loudspeakers that prisoners could volunteer for work details. Those who volunteered would receive additional rations and would be paid in camp scrip. The work involved clearing rubble, repairing roads, assisting with supply operations, labor needed for military logistics as American forces pushed deeper into of what military psychiatrists termed surrender shock, a constellation of symptoms including confusion, emotional lability, sleep disturbance, and difficulty processing their circumstances. Prisoners had expected death or brutality. Receiving decent treatment instead created a psychological gap they struggled to bridge. The explanations they constructed varied. Some prisoners achieved something unique in history: the ability to wage total war without requiring total sacrifice from its civilian population, and to extend decent treatment even to captured enemies without straining its resource base. German prisoners witnessing this abundance, and it was impossible not to witness it, surrounded by evidence daily, faced an ideological crisis. National Socialist doctrine, the testimonies. In post-war decades, as West Germany rebuilt and aligned itself with the West, many former POWs wrote memoirs or gave interviews about their captivity. A common theme emerged: the contrast between expectation and experience, between propaganda and reality. Helmut Herner, captured in France in 1944 and held at a camp in Mississippi, wrote in his memoir, "We expected to be shot. The Soviet comparison was instructive. German prisoners held by the Soviets endured conditions that were brutal and often lethal. Of approximately 3 million Germans captured by Soviet forces, nearly 1/3 died in captivity from starvation, disease, or exposure. Those who survived and eventually returned to Germany carried a very different message about communist systems. The contrast between